Okay, guys, this is Dave's LFC Chats, and as you can see, I have an absolute legend with me today, Wayne McCullough, all the way from Las Vegas, in his ring, ready to rock the pocket rockets in the house. How are you, Wayne?
Ready to fight? Let's go. Hi, I'm doing good.
Wow, it's great to have you, mate. It really is. And as you can see, guys, he's a huge Liverpool fan, of course, with the jersey on. I didn't realize he was such a big fan. He's a big fan all his life. But we're going to get into the Liverpool stuff. But first, we're going to have a little bit of crack, talk about his boxing. Boxing is his life, I suppose. And it's in his blood, basically. So, Wayne, what a career. I mean, in Belfast, growing up as a lad, you're obviously a young lad growing up, always into boxing. I mean, it was your love, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, as a young kid, I was 7, 8 years old. You know, you're always playing football in the street. Everybody wants to be a football player, and but boxing was the one that, you know, I was good at football. I played right through like secondary school and stuff, and played in the streets. But I was better at boxing. I was better at hitting people. And I just went to the gym and started to fight when I was about 8 years old, and then, you know, I just kept going to the gym over and over. 12 years old, winning the boys club championships, and then gone on to win the juvenile, youth, senior, junior, everything. So I'm not saying it was easier for me, but I was just better at that than I was at any other sport. I was good at running as well, cross country running. I did a bit of rugby, did a bit of field hockey, but boxing was the one that was for me, and I'm glad I took that direction.
You picked the right one. You went the right direction, as you said. But I mean, some of the, obviously, I remember the silver medal you got in '92 in Barcelona, and you won the world championship in '95. I think it was in Tokyo or in Japan. I mean, in Japan. But I mean, that silver medal was something else, wasn't it? I mean, that must have been a dream. The Olympics is a dream for everybody, but to win a medal in the Olympics.
And how old were you then too? was August past there was actually
30 years.
30, like, you know, I've got a picture on the wall over here of me, and I look like I always say to people, that's my son on the wall. But no, the experience of the Olympics, just getting the Olympics to your country, you know, like me and Michael, we got the medals in '92, but we were in the same Olympic team in '88 as well.
Yeah.
And I was only 17, turning 18 when I qualified for the Olympics in '88, and Michael was like 20. But the experience we got from the first one to bring to the second one was a bonus, because, you know, once we got the second one, then we produced the goods, and that was before all this high performance training and stuff. It was just, you know, I was on the dole and trying to fight at the same time, and we didn't have any money or anything, and we still produced the goods with you know, Nicholas Cruz Hernandez. You know, I think he's Ireland's best coach ever.
Yeah,
and he produced the goods, and Austin Cruz was Michael's dad was in the corner too, and but you know, the stuff that Nicholas gave me was priceless, and it's unfortunately not part of the training right now.
I mean, you were absolutely brilliant. I actually remember a few of the fights. We used to watch them in the pub. I think it was Nassim Hamid, one of the fights used to be on, and he'd be there, you know, the drink, watching them. That was a big thing back in the 90s, wasn't it? Everybody be there. I know it's as big now, obviously.
Yeah, it was, because everybody watched TV back then, because you didn't have 2,000 channels.
Yeah, 2 channels, you're lucky.
You know, you had a few channels, and, you know, when I was growing up, you had BBC One, BBC Two, ITV, and then when Channel 4 came on board, you're like, yeah, 4 channels. But you used to watch everything, and I say, back then you used to get, like on a Wednesday night, you used to get the big sports special, you used to get maybe a boxing fight on. You know, you see back, remember Frank Bruno, we fought Bone Crusher Smith and stuff, so you get fights like that, and but nowadays it's just, there's so much going on, you don't really keep up with it. But you had less channels, you actually kept up with everything.
We were a bit luckier down south. We had RT1 and RT2. We had BBC One, BBC Two.
No, BBC One, 2, and 3. We get RT1 and 2 as well. but it wasn't much on RT, and it wasn't much on.
Listen, it used to start at 8 in the morning, and finish at 11 at night. There was nothing after 11 o'clock. It was a fucking joke.
It felt good. Somebody had 3 channels. Like, I had 4 channels. You only had 3.
But obviously the boxing, was a dream for you. Out of all the matches you've had, I'm sure you've loved loads of matches and bouts that you've loved. Which would be the bout that you'd say, right, that was obviously the Olympics, I'd say probably. But other than say the Olympics, what was the bout you said that was, wow, that was a real fight, that was?
Well, you know, in the amateurs, I think that my greatest fight in the amateurs was maybe my semi-final against the North Korean. because he beat the world champion in the quarterfinals, and he was expected to win gold.
Wow.
And I went out in the semi-final and beat him, and he cracked my cheekbone in 3 places, busted a nerve here, and to this day I still have tingling in my face right here.
Wow.
And I have blood coming to the corner of my eye from the nerve underneath. And and that happened in the final when I fought the Cuban, but
Yeah.
he was just finishing off what the Korean had started, you know what I mean, cheek. But I was never going to pull out of the final. That was the semi-final, say the Korean, it was like a toe-to-toe professional world championship fight. We just took toe-to-toe. And it took a lot out of me as well, you know what I mean? But as a professional, you know, like going to Japan was a big thing because no fighter from Britain or Ireland had ever went to Japan and won a championship. And I didn't know at the time because they said that I was the first, but I only found this out like 10 years after that. And I was the first one to go to Japan, so that just shows you how hard it is to win over there. But I think a lot of people always say my fight with Morales, although I lost in a close fight.
Yeah.
You know, people always, even today, Americans were like, that fight you have with Morales, that was unbelievable. And I would say, you know, I lost. They're like, oh, I didn't watch it till the end.
In your mind, you won. It was close, though. It could have went either way, couldn't it?
No, I truly thought, when I fought Hamed, I thought he ran from me and I thought I won. But with Morales, I thought I lost a close fight. I'll admit that. I thought I lost a close fight because he traded with me for 12 rounds and I took a lot out of him. But it was one of them, it's like a Turgati Mickey Ward fight. So we stood toe to toe and it was the type of fight that we should have fought each other 2 or 3 times, but we didn't. And that was probably, going to Japan was probably maybe the greatest fight I had. But I think that fight stands out for people because it was such a war. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a proper old school.
Things. And a lot of people say the Olympics, but I would say the Olympics was fantastic. I would say getting a medal was a bonus, but when I turned pro, I became world champion professional. You know, amateur 3 rounds, professional 12 rounds. So I was considered that. And I say the WBC belt was the belt that I wanted from when I was 15 because I seen Muhammad Ali with that belt. You know, modern day here today, you have Floyd's got a dozen of them. But that's a belt that I'm not running any other belts down. You know, I was the first Irish guy to win, and still the only Irish guy. The only other person who's won is Katie Taylor.
Wow.
Katie Taylor's spectacular. I love her. But she's the only one who's won a WBC belt since me. So I was the first. So it goes to show you how hard it is to win that.
What do you think of Katie Taylor?
I think she's the greatest Irish fighter of all time. And people look at me and say, are you crazy? It's coming out of my lips. I love Katie Taylor. You know, the fights she's shown with the Saran and stuff, unbelievable. And she's got guts, you know, against the girl Ponsuna or something. I think the WBC belt. Well, 2 great fights. The first fight was real close. But she showed guts, determination, just came through it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I love Katie Taylor since the start of her career. And I think the only thing, I'm not going to criticize her, the only thing that she need to learn, even she can still learn that, is a little bit of defense. You know what I mean? It's like tuck in, catch, the way I was taught by Eddie Fudge, and I say I was never dropped.
Yeah. I mean, unbelievable, Katie Taylor. I mean, as you know, she's an icon. She's an icon now at this stage.
That's what I mean. Everybody forgets that Katie Taylor was winning world championships over and over before the Olympics came on board.
Yeah.
Nobody even knew who she was.
Yeah.
I knew who she was.
Yeah.
But she was winning multiple world championships, Europeans, multi-nations, and nobody even gave her a look at her. And then the Olympic platform in 2012 was they want to put her on the world
gold.
stage.
Yeah.
Of course, turned pro and you know, it's true. I've never met Katie Taylor. I love her, and I would love to meet her someday. And I think she's a brilliant person, a good role model because she's a quiet person.
We'll put this up on Twitter with Katie. We'll pin it to Katie Taylor, and she'll probably give you a phone call after. You never know.
Me and Katie, we'll do an exhibition match together. Me and Katie, she's probably bigger than me.
Do you know what it is as well? You're in Vegas, obviously. You're living in Vegas. You're over there a good while now, aren't you?
I've just passed. In February past there, I was here 29 years.
Wow. You're a proper American now.
I'm talking like an American right now.
God damn it.
I know my accent's changed a little bit, but I know people who come here for a week and speak full American.
I can do it as well. I haven't even been there.
You know what I mean? That's what I mean. But no, I came over here. The reason why I came to Las Vegas, my whole life changed. I was a home bird. I wanted to stay home. Eddie Fudge, you know, when I was offered to come with Eddie Fudge, he was 82 years old. I believe he was the greatest trainer ever lived. you know, he trained the likes of Freddie Roach, who trained Manny Pacquiao, and then he had Joe Frazier, Ken Norton, John Spinks, 3 guys that beat Muhammad Ali. Ali defends your losses, but when you're in that company, when I came here, you had Riddick Bowe, who was actually the heavyweight champion of the world, Mike McCullough, former 3-time world champion. So I was in the camp with these guys every day as a 22-year-old kid, just watching and learning from them. And Eddie, every day I'm looking at Eddie Fudge thinking, he's my coach. I'm thinking, I was so honored and so like humbled that he'd actually take me on. He says he watched me at the Olympics and then took me on as an 82-year-old man. He was ready to retire, but I thank God he took me on because he made me a world champion in 27 months. I was turning pro, my 17th fight, so that was quick. And it was all down to Eddie Fudge, and that's the reason why I'm based in Las Vegas.
Are you still involved in boxing?
Yes, I've got. Well, you see, I'm in this ring here. I train amateurs. I do a bit of personal training, and I've got 3 pros as well. So I'm sort of, you know, I started training people. I started training pros back in 2006, and the first guy I trained actually became a world champion, Alex Arthur from Scotland.
Wow.
He was WBO super featherweight champion, but that was kept under the radar. So if I trained my first guy and he became a world champion, it's not too bad, you know what I mean? But people look at you today because that's a big gap of like 15 years, and they think, you know, you haven't really trained anybody. My first guy was a world champion, so.
So, well, you're loving it over there. You seem to be fairly settled anyway. So at this stage.
Yeah, well, I say when I came here, I had a 3-year contract, and I was a home bird, as I say. 3 years. I'm on 3 years. In 3 years' time, I go back home. You know, I'm going back home because at that point, I would have been at that level where you only fight maybe 3 times a year, so you could live over there, train here, or live over there, train here. Yeah. But the biggest grew on me. My wife, Cheryl, she was only 19 when we came here. We weren't married yet, and biggest grew on us. And there's a small group of Irish people here, and I bumped into a bunch of guys in '94 who used to live around the corner from me in Belfast, up in Ardown. And I'm from Mashanka Road. They're from Ardown.
Yeah.
And they've been here longer than me, and we became best friends, and they've been my best friends to this day. And that was a bit of a home comfort, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that maybe made it a lot easier on you. Let's say you settle in a lot better, couldn't you?
I've made it a lot easier because I get homesick every Sunday, the day off the gym. I get homesick, and I used to sit on our balcony in our apartment complex and think, no, I miss home, and I want to go home. And Cheryl, like, you know, but you've got Eddie. And I said, I know. If I didn't have Eddie, I wouldn't be here. But yeah. It's like me. It's like Liverpool. You know, Ronnie Whelan playing for Farm back home, and then all of a sudden he's going to the Premier League. You have to leave. You have to expand your wings.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can stay there and be good, but you're never going to accomplish what you want to accomplish.
But let's talk about Liverpool. Your other love. It's boxing and Liverpool for you. I mean, growing up in Belfast as a kid, it was always Liverpool for you. I know Liverpool. I'm similar age to you. I mean, 70s and 80s was all Liverpool. You know, Liverpool were the greatest team ever. Obviously, we've had dips, we've had this, we've had that. But Liverpool, what was it like for you growing up as a kid?
But as a loyal family, stick to them no matter what. You know, when I was a kid growing up, you always played in the street football, and I was a goalkeeper in primary school. Believe it or not, don't laugh. I was a
goalkeeper too.
I played for the P4 team. They let me play for the P6 and P7 team because I was good at catching the ball. So I was good with my hands. I was good with the hands, but
were you easily lobbed?
the growth didn't jump up, but so I was good with my hands, and I loved Ray Clemens. I mean, I loved him. I thought it was Ray Clemens jumping around and stuff, and then when Bruce Grobler came along and like the 80 or something, I thought it was him too, but it was more on the goalkeeper side. But you know, you had Kenny Dalglish, Terry McDermott back then, and Hansen, everybody. You had some great players. You list all the players we had then was just unbelievable. And then, of course, we have that 30-year gap. Back then, back in the 70s, we were winning leagues all the time. But that 30-year gap, we thought we were going to do it again. And then COVID almost made us lose it.
Oh, don't tell me about it.
But I say, most of my friends growing up in Belfast were all Manchester United. It was always Manchester United, you live Liverpool, boo. I'm like, yeah. So I've been loyal the whole way through, as I say. And I actually have a Ray Clemens shirt, goalkeeper shirt signed. He signed it, and he wrote on it, had I grown a little bit taller, I could have been just like him. So I've got to
He was
say,
some goalkeeper, wasn't he? He was
oh,
unbelievable.
brilliant. But him and I say even, I got to meet Bruce Gobler there last week, and he signed my shirt as well. So they're to me they're legends. And
Yeah, yeah.
And I met Bruce last week and Ronnie Whelan. I was actually starstruck with him, and my wife's like, "Get a picture." I'm like, "I'm actually shaking here. I'm like this." I've met Mike Tyson, everybody, and that's nothing. You know what I mean? But this guy, I didn't watch him when I was a kid, and just to see them in person, you're like, "Holy crap!" And then they wanted to meet me, and I'm like, "They want to meet me." It was weird. Weird, but it was a great feeling that I got to meet them. It really was.
You were at the Cop Connect, weren't you? The Cop Connect show.
I was there, and I went to California for it. They wanted my daughter to sing on the stage in Huntington Beach, and then on Sunday here past they were here, and my daughter sang again for them. So
yeah, your daughter sings. Is she a professional singer?
Yeah, she opened for Westlife in 2012 in Belfast.
Oh wow!
Four nights in a row at the Odyssey Arena in Belfast. Louis Walsh and Nicky Byrne actually called us personally and wanted to open for them, and she was 14.
Wow!
She's walking out in front of 10,000 people 4 nights in a row and just
brilliant.
Blasted away. But she did a lot this year alone. She actually did the national anthem for the NFL. Had their draft here in Vegas. There's millions of people come here, and she sang for them and was on the stage for like a half an hour right on the strip. So she's a professional singer. She's brought her first album out. She's going to bring her second album out.
Oh wow!
But I say she works hard. She works hard at what she does. I mean, success doesn't happen overnight.
No, as you'll know with boxing and with everything. I mean, this is absolutely. I mean, good luck to her going forward. Let's hope now. I think you need a bit of luck as well in that game, don't you? All the hard work. You need a bit of luck.
She works hard. To say she 4 years, I think 3 or 4 years. They wanted to be on Ireland's Got Talent. She was on Ireland's Got Talent as well. So she works hard. Does the foundation work? What you do?
Yeah.
Some people just want to hand it. But I would say Winona. She knows how to box too. She can crack harder than I can. She cracks harder than I do. But no, she works hard at what she does, and say she doesn't expect anything. And say she's going to be a bigger star than I ever was. She's going to be a worldwide star. I know she is.
I'll be keeping an eye out. I'll be interviewing her next.
She's more famous than I am.
I'll tell you what. We continue on about Liverpool. Obviously, Jurgen Klopp came in October 2015. We had a big 30-year wait. We've all been waiting for it. I mean, when I seen this man coming in, I knew he was right for the job. He has some sort of like a Shankly DNA in him. The way he talks to players, the way he talks to fans, I just knew this was a man that was going to take us places. Now, Champions League, FA Cup, League Cups, everything, Super Cups. We've won everything. We've been unlucky once or twice. Unlucky last year, I thought we could have won everything last year. But Jurgen Klopp has been an absolute breath of fresh air. Wow.
He has, because the one thing you can see, he's passionate about it. He loves it. He's on the pitch, or running him down. He's screaming. I think he's brilliant. And he could go on to be the best. Right now, he's not the best coach ever, but he could go on to be the best. He could, because he's young. He's still young. Shankly was brilliant, of course, but this guy's young, so if he stayed at Liverpool, as you say, what he did in that small period of time.
Yeah, and like we Liverpool fans, as you know, I'm one, you're one, they're worldwide. There's loads in the States actually as well. You probably come across them. And they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger as we speak. But the main thing for me with Liverpool is, at the moment, we're going through a little bit of a rough start to this season, as you've seen. But I think we get better, Wayne. I think if the players come back, we've had a bit of a break with the Queen passing away. We missed 2 games. There's a World Cup in November. I don't know what you think about that. A World Cup in November?
Well, it's because of the temperature over there. It's like playing in Las Vegas in the summer.
It is, yeah. Yeah, like having a World Cup in Vegas.
Realistically, I say Ronnie, we didn't say it the other day, but realistically, it's probably we're going to finish in the top 4. We're not going to win a league, I don't think, unless disaster strikes for Man City.
Yeah.
But to get the top 4 is our goal right now. I think the top 4. I think 3rd or 4th is probably the more realistic spot for us. Second, possible, but I don't think I'm not saying bad things. I just mean, if we're being realistic here, that we're probably going to finish the top 4. We need to finish. We need to finish the top 4.
Well, as you've seen, last 3 or 4 years, the levels have been so high. I mean, it's 90 plus points we've been getting on average every bloody season.
That was the league usually.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know, and to lose 2 leagues basically with the last kick of the game, it's been heartbreaking, to be fair. I mean, even in Champions League final last year, there wasn't much in it. We had better chances than Madrid. They took their chance. They won the game. Could have won the quadruple. I would have retired after that. No, quadruple.
No, but I just think this. I say the start of this season hasn't been great, but you know, we scored a lot of goals and we scored none. We just gotta. I think there's something going on in camp. I don't know what it is, but there's something not right. Mo Salah, who I love, he hasn't been performing the way he's been performing the last couple of years. Maybe some psychology has been there. I don't know what there is, but they haven't been performing the way they have last year and stuff like that. But they'll come together. I think they'll come together. Clubs got that, you know, the team thing, and say you want to be a team. You don't want to be an individual player. You want to be a team. Yeah. And when you have that team thing, you produce the goods. And you know, Van Dijk being back is a great thing, and that's fantastic. He's a great. He can score goals too. You know what I mean? But as I say, it's going to be a wait and see. Once you get past Christmas, then we'll find out what it's going to be like. Exactly.
I think the most important thing for Liverpool is get all their top players back. Get a bit of a run now when we come back next week. I think it's Brighton at Anfield Saturday week. We need to get a bit of a run. Some tough games. I think we've City in there and stuff like that before the World Cup, and stay on City's coattails. You know what I mean? Being around there at Christmas, as you say. When you come back from the World Cup, I mean, it's crazy. We've never had a World Cup in November, and I think it finishes the week before Christmas. It's just madness. So there's a lot of stuff going on. You know what I mean?
A lot of players are going to be tired after the World Cup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of the Premier League players, whatever country they're playing for, they're all going to be a little bit tired. It depends on how far they go in the World Cup. But, so it's weird to say it's weird having the World Cup that far, close to Christmas, that far from the summer, our summer. But they have to do it probably, I say, because of the weather, because of the heat, because of the humidity. Yeah. Going to be. I was in Saudi Arabia a couple of years ago. It's just pretty much Qatar. It's pretty much the same sort of weather, and it's
unbelievable.
Hot and sticky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, unless they have an indoor stadium, then with air conditioning, they really couldn't. They can't really have like 20 indoor stadiums. You know what I mean?
No.
Too much. So they're going to play outside. That's probably the reason why it's so late in the year.
Wayne, I think we can leave it there. I mean, we've basically covered everything in about 22 minutes. It's been unbelievable. I can't believe I still have you on, my friend. Thank you very much for coming on. Absolutely brilliant.
It's great to be a Liverpool man. And it's great to see so many other Liverpool people out there, men and women. Yeah. I'm trying to get my daughter. She was wearing my shirt, the shirt the other day. I'm thinking, are you a Liverpool fan? And I was like, what's that mean? Liverpool fan. Convert her over.
I'll have to get her around. She could, as you said, she'd be in the Grammy Awards soon, for God's sake.
I said to her, you need to write a Liverpool song and sing it at the next Capcom thing. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think they do it is it every year or every 2 years? I think this is the first one they did the Cop Connect since COVID, because obviously there was no Cop Connect.
Oh, it was supposed to. This one was supposed to happen a couple of years ago, and I say COVID just knocked the whole world for a loop. So hopefully they'll do a big one here in Vegas maybe next year.
Right. Well, Wayne, as I say, that was absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. Good luck going forward to your daughter as well, and your son and yourself, your family, and whatever you do, and to Liverpool. But it has been absolutely brilliant. The pocket rocket, little 1-2 Uniflu.
There's all that. Say there's Dublin 96. The banner thing is. The banner's the Nevada Hall of Fame. I got inducted. All the guys on the banner. I'm on the banner there somewhere too, like here. And then you have Bernard Hodgins and all on there, and Marquez. We all got inducted the same night.
I see it there. The 2019 inductees, yeah.
Yeah, and all at least posters like flights I had in Ireland and stuff. So.
Wow. You're an absolute credit, my friend. You're an absolute credit. Thank you very much for coming on.
No problem at all.
I'll talk to you in a minute. I'll just finish here though, and I'll talk to you in a second. That has Wayne McCullough, an absolute boxing legend and super Liverpool fan. Stay safe, guys.